Story 1.
Am I the asshole for being angry with my wife after she stayed in a hotel with another man? I, 28cm, and my wife, 28F, have been married for 2 years, been in a relationship for 6. We both enjoy going to live music, and sometimes we'll go with friends while the other needs to work. My wife was invited to go to a show on a Saturday night with a male friend. We will call him Larry. They have gone to shows before with other people involved and come back late at night. This has always been fine. This time the other person going with them canceled, so it would just be the two of them. My wife approached me the morning of the show saying that Larry was not comfortable driving home after the show that night, so they would be getting a hotel room together. She asked if I was all right with that. I responded, "No, I'm not," and gave her the reasoning why. I have known Larry for a few months. Larry likes to brag about visiting the area that the show is going to be. When he goes there, he reserves hotel rooms and specifically takes married women there to sleep with. Larry has also been reprimanded at his job for using his management position to acquire employees' phone numbers so he can flirt with them. My wife looked at me, told me okay, and did not return home until 1:00 p.m. Sunday. I have not spoken to her other than professionally for almost 2 days. AITAH? Update. As I was trying to keep this anonymous, this did not happen yesterday. I have talked with my wife about this. She adamantly claims that he did not come to the hotel with her until early morning and was fucked up when he arrived, forcing her to drive back. Yes, the third person did exist. I have spoken with that person too. They work a catering position that someone bailed on so could not attend. Larry has proceeded to not speak to myself or my wife and has moved out of state. No one would employ him anymore.
I think he is not an asshole. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Story 2. Am I the asshole for being angry at my son for not letting me see my newborn grandsons first? I, 54M, have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of my oldest son Corey's 30M children, as he's the last to give me grandchildren. Despite my love for Corey, I don't have the best relationship with his wife, and the feeling is mutual. Throughout her pregnancy, I made Corey promise that I would get to see the kids first, just like I did with all my other children. He assured me that he would make it happen. However, when the twins arrived a week ago, I was shocked to see Corey's wife's father holding them first at the hospital. I couldn't hide my disappointment, and Corey apologized, mouthing, "I'm sorry." And I didn't handle it the same way I did with his siblings. I didn't hug or kiss Corey, just had some small talk, congratulated them, and left abruptly. When Corey apologized via text, explaining that his wife insisted her father be the first to see the kids, and he didn't want to cause her stress, and he would make it up to me. I exploded at him through text, expressing my anger and disappointment. He apologized again, but I blocked him. Now, my wife and daughter, Danielle, are upset with me, claiming I'm breaking Corey's heart and need to move on. However, I believe I have the right to be mad since he broke a simple promise. My other sons, Andrew and Daniel, side with me, stating that Corey's wife intentionally stirred up drama, knowing about the promise, and they're angry at Corey for prioritizing his in-laws over me. So, AITAH for being upset about Corey breaking his promise? Am I the asshole?
I think he is an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below. Story 3.
Am I the asshole for being angry at people who to help me? I, 31M, had a very hard breakup a year ago. After being with someone for 2.5 years, living together for 1, I could feel my partner's presence everywhere in my apartment. I was deeply hurt, and I decided to move in again, pick new furniture, and change almost everything in my apartment. I am very close to my mom, who I love deeply, and my friend, A26F, was there 24/7 to make sure I was doing good and had someone to talk to whenever I felt it. So I told them about my plan of moving in again, and they got very excited. And I kept telling them that I needed time to make things slow, to have a look of what I wanted, needed, etc., to heal for myself, by myself. As a starter, my mom helped with the cleaning. With a friend of hers, they came to my place and cleaned everything, from floor to ceiling, and changed places for some furniture. When I came back to my place, just seeing these things out of place actually hurt me. I didn't expect to feel bad after simple changes, so I thanked my mom and her friend, then said I needed more time and I was sorry for feeling this way, but I needed to postpone the moving, to which my mom replied, but I don't want you at your place in 2 days. Yeah, but no one and nothing will happen in 2 days at my place without my decision. Apparently, something was planned. I didn't plan anything. I didn't want anything. The day after, my friend A, Mom and I went to have a dinner, and because they weren't good at planning stuff, we're both, and together, an hour late, and I jokingly said, A, please never let Mom plan something. She's can never be on time or pick furniture I like. I live in a small, colorful, purple, white, red bright colors everywhere, and had troubles making myself at home after a stabbing I was victim of, and I am very self-conscious of my body because of my scars. I couldn't even look at myself for 7 years in the mirror. Then, one day after, I came back to my place. I just opened the door to a furniture store smell. I turned on the light to see what felt like freaking disaster. A wooden drawer, black and white, not built on the floor. A black velvet sofa, Baroque style. A new ceiling lamp, wood color. A new kitchen desk, black metal and wood. A monstera. I never had and never desired a plant. I'm very bad with it. My colorful bed sheets were a Baroque, Rococo green and gold. I never had anything green in decoration, not my color at all. And a big mirror, like 6 feet tall, for someone who suffers body dysmorphia. They came to my place, without my knowledge, with my warnings, with A's boyfriend I barely knew. I called them screaming, crying that they stole me the only way I had to recover, and they were so hurt of my reaction that I had to apologize and go to the psychiatric emergency room for self-harm risks, after calling my therapist. After that, A avoided me for weeks. And when I got mad at her for not being supportive and not even apologizing for what she made me feel, she said I was being ridiculous, rude, and I've hurt her in a way she can't get back to me again after that. 11 years of friendship down the drain. It's almost been a year. My mom still makes jokes about it like, I don't scream at people if they help me clean my place. I can't forgive them. I tried so hard, but I still feel guilty for feeling bad after they wanted to help me. To feel at home, I refunded all the furniture. I sent them their money back to be able to feel these were mine and my choice, but it didn't work. Now, I don't feel safe having my mom at home, and she just told me 3 days ago she still feels guilty. I never got an apology, AITAH, for still feeling resent toward them. I just want to feel safe with my mommy again.
I think he is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below.
Story 4.
Am I the asshole for refusing to share my dinner with 2 children? My F29 boyfriend, Albert, M35, and I had a great relationship until his family moved closer to us. I haven't seen a more toxic or entangled family connection. It seems like every ex and their mother is an enemy. Every ex-boss had it out for them. Every friend should help out more and more. Everyone should take their verbal abuse. After a few run-ins, I cut Mill off. His sister, F37, is in the habit of showing up at dinner time. She has 2 kids, 7F9M, that she always brings along. I didn't mind sharing a meal, but I hated her dropping by without a warning. Albert never took action, and this created problems. Sil has an unbearable parenting style. They are good kids, but she overindulges them and lets too many things slide as they are just kids. So they interject in adult conversations, have crying fits when told no, and are prone to grabbing / touching, taking objects without permission. So they took things around the house, cupboard items, small sculptures, my stash of hotel toiletries, my hair extensions, to play with, and had me going crazy trying to find them later. Fast forward, and her son, who has anxiety, had a small crisis from opening our kitchen drawer and grabbing some Pop-Its party snaps. Some fell and popped real loud, and he cried because he was embarrassed. I did not offer comfort because that would be indulging his snoopy behavior. So I stayed quiet and asked Albert to talk to his sister, which I'm sure he didn't. I'm not happy in my relationship. I don't have privacy. His sister keeps showing up despite being told, by myself, that she can't keep showing up uninvited. I'm sick of having to hide things that I think her kids could get their hands on. I recently put a lock on my home office door because I suspect that SIL has been using my copy machine while I'm out. I work both at home and at two client sites and have been getting home after 8 p.m. I'm sick of being tense and dreading her visits because he lets her eat through our groceries like she has a right to do it. He has called me selfish and greedy. I thought he would be more considerate now that they gave him less hours at work, and his pay cut has caused me to pay for most of our bills. Sil is a nail technician and a hairstylist. She was also a teacher at a beauty academy until she had her kids. Now she won't do anything but badmouth her ex and complain about how hard life is. She has a place to live, with access to food and her own car. I'm thinking that she may be doing this on purpose. Last Friday, Albert went bowling with friends. I told him that I wanted a very quiet evening and didn't want to be bothered. I got home at around 7 p.m. and sat down to eat my seafood boil. Sil showed up, asking for her daughter's backpack that she left behind. I was annoyed. I tried to rush to get it, but her son saw the crab legs and started insisting. I said I was sorry, but that's my dinner. So he starts crying, stomping, and repeatedly asking his mom for my food. I said I was sorry and quickly showed them out. To my aggravation, they didn't leave immediately. He cried outside for about 5 minutes while Sil sat inside her car trying to convince him to get in. I pulled down the shutters and tried to ignore them. When Albert got back, his face had a bitter expression. He said that he was extremely disgusted about the way that I treated his family. He has stopped talking to me. It's been a few days and I'm still getting the silent treatment. I've cried a few times, especially because he's been texting me despite us being physically next to each other. Sil showed up yesterday, but he wasn't home yet, so I didn't let her in. I'm angry and defeated, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I need to end the relationship because he texted me that I need to apologize to Sil. I didn't want things to end between us, but I feel like they are trying to walk all over me. This is so surreal. We had planned on a cozy Xmas together months ago when things were good. I'm not trying to ruin his life. Right now, his finances are not great, and my salary makes a huge difference. I just don't want to be made to feel like his family can get away with what they're doing, and I hold resentment. I texted him about how I feel and how incredibly selfish he is to be comfortable giving to his sister with what my hard work can buy, but can't think to respect my boundaries. AITAH. If I leave, I feel like somehow I'm the failure for not being willing to fight for our relationship.
I think she is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below. Story 5.
Am I the asshole for getting angry at my boyfriend for getting me a gift I did not like? For context, me and my boyfriend made each other advent calendars with gifts we chose for each other. We both agreed each gift would be tiny and cheap because it's just manly something fun to do. Well, we opened today's gift together and he went first. He got a funny shirt and enjoyed it. Then when I opened my gift, it was candy. But this candy had walnuts mainly in it. I personally hate nuts and have never liked them. I've always made it pretty clear I do not like them. So I'm a bit upset he totally forgot that I don't like them. When I told him I didn't like nuts, he kind of just said, "Oh, I forgot. Because I like nuts, I think everybody else doesn't like nuts." And it just got me angry because the thought counts. But was there really thought behind it? Was it just a quick grab gift and hoped I like it? AITAH?
I think she is not an asshole. What do you people think? Comment below. Subscribe for more interesting stories.